Hello guys, welcome back to AWMFX. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, no matter where you are. Hopefully you guys out there are earning a lot of money from the market. The market have been moving a lot recently. Alright, maybe due to the FOMC, the FedEx announcement on the interest rate increase on the USD. And of course, taking great care of your health. Alright, nothing is more important than your health. Alright, so today I'm going to share a new type. Actually, it's not a new type. It's an enforced type of the setup I've been talking about. So recently, you all which have been watching this channel knows about supply and demand, knows about Quasimodo level, which is something like this. Alright, okay. So this is a Quasimodo where you have a break of structure. Alright, above and under movement, and you are hoping that the price comes back to this level before the drop. Right, so now I'm going to share with you what happens after this. Right, a lot of you know about the top, right? Know about the top, but you do not know how to catch the remaining of the drop. All right, sometimes you might miss the top movement. It's okay. All right, important is that the drop usually it will happens very far, right? In big time frame. As long you know how to come, wait for the price to come back for pullback and then trade again. And basically, you guys also know about the support become resistance type of setup, right? But I'm gonna give you something even better than this support become resistance. So basically, what we have is a movement such as QML, all right, whatever it is, okay, QML. Then the price came up and then start dropping, right? Start dropping. So what is the point that I want to share with you? Right, very very important. Right, so basically during the time, right, something like this. Sometimes there is a movement, all right, where you have your supposed to be a support resistance, all right, support become resistance that you aiming, all right, that you wanted the price to come back to this area for a drop, but you are not convinced where to enter or how good this area is. Right? It's not all support can be become resistance. But what happened if your support, all right, behind when the price going up that time, all right, there is a double maruking over here, and also when it drops, there is a double maruking. It's either double maruking or doji king, or maybe it's a firm supply zone, right? In this term is a demand zone. Okay, so if you have these kind of things, I can guarantee you, the price that reach this area to drop is almost 80%. It's 80%. Right? This is based on my experience and all my back testing. So you keep your eye on this kind of setup. Of course, watching this diagram is easy because it's all linear way of movement. All right. So I'm going to give you something more messy that is in the real chart, right? To show you, to illustrate to you what is really happening. So over here, I'm looking at NZD USD. Right. So recently, actually quite recent, last year, right? It happens to have that kind of same movement. So it's I'm using 4 hours chart. So let's look into this movement over here. So basically, on top there, there is something, of course, a lot of messiness, right? Messiness there. And not to mention, we have a break of structure, a confirmed break of structure, right? The price break of structure, and the price came back up, reacted to this zone. Now you cannot see any zone. This is actually a doji king. This is actually a doji king. So if you switch it to small time frame, we just give it a try. You definitely find a zone there, right? So it should be a zone there, right? Yeah, should be a zone for it to react. You can see very clearly that is a zone. This zone over here, right, where you can have a sniper entry and reduce stop loss. So no, this is not what we are talking about. This is not what we want to talk about. So basically, you might miss that kind of trade because sometimes a lot of you don't focus. There is a lot of currency pair, 28 pairs in total, if not mistaken, and also indexes and commodities like gold, oil, silver, right? So you miss out that trade. It's okay. It's okay. So basically, when you have missed out that trade and you found that the price has moved a lot, especially like this, you can see that it has moved 170 pips, you'll be heartbroken. And not only that, you eagerly want to uh, trade. You eagerly wanted to trade. So what you can do is that you analyze the whole chart, all right, rationally, all right. Just look at where the price has a lot of rejection, all right. Means that there's some rejection, and then look to the left, there is a doji king, there's some king, and look to the right, there is also a king. So basically, I've shown you this one over here, right? You can see that the movement, right, the price when it wanted to break to the top, it happens to have a doji king over here, all right, which is actually excellent type of setup. And then the price rejected at this point, making a drop based rally, right? And then reacted to the top again. And basically, when it came down, right, wanted to break to the lower, it happens to have a double Maru King, right? So we have a double Maru King, we have Doji King, then we have this support. So basically, the price comes back to this area to react to this double Maru King, very, very high chance. Right? Not all double Maru King you can trade, not all Doji King you can trade. It must be in line or such that this which we have a inline type of setup. All right. So basically, this is not concrete. What do I mean? This is nothing. All right. This is actually nothing. For me, I don't enter based on just the king. I want to make sure there is a zone there. Right? If there is no zone, all the way down is double maru. All the way I go down, search, right, until maybe M5. It's still a double maru king. I won't enter this trade because that is my principle. That is my trading rules. I must have a firm, solid zone. All right, supply zone, demand zone. So basically, I turn to all right. See, very very clear. I switch to H1. I have my clean zone over here. Can you see my zone? All right, maybe I can enlarge it. You can see very very clearly. I have my zone, my supply zone. How I define my zone is different way. So I have my zone exactly at this line, right? Exactly at this line. So what happens is that the price went down, all right? Important another notes, make sure the price break this structure, right? Of course, definitely when you have this kind of setup, it usually already broke the structure, right? How come the line suddenly become crooked? Copy, paste. All right, so I move it down. All right. So basically, you can see that there is a double Maru, Doji King, support this one. And of course, I've shown you when you go into small time frame, you have your supply zone. So this kind of setup is very, very, very powerful. And it's what we call it as a trend continuous setup. Why does it so? Because it broke structure, broke structure, broke structure. So you have a lot of break of structure, right? Going down. So you can trade either on its own. You want it to do it at a double Maru King, it depends on you, or solid supply and demand, just like me. So where are you supposed to take your profit? This is very, very, very important. Listen me up. Right. So first of all, you know how to enter. You must know how to take your profit. First of all, don't ever dream the price to drop all the way down. This is one of the biggest mistake of new traders. All right. Sometimes it won't drop. It may reject anytime. But at least you catch the entry correct, and your risk reward ratio, your risk is very, very small. So basically, where should you exit your trade? So first of all, the first point that you need to be careful is that at this area, you can see there is a demand zone, fresh demand zone. All right, you must be careful. We call this a roadblock. All right, if it happens to go through this roadblock, all right, basically you don't have to be too afraid once you enter here, because you can look at the candlestick. This is something I'm going to share with you guys slowly. Listen to it. You look at candlestick, it's actually, we call it as a dragonfly or whatever, I forget, pin bar, something like that. So this pattern itself is actually a supply zone, right? So I maybe put it in different color, orange color. So basically when the price came down, reacted, going back up, you have to have faith in your trade. Very, very important. If you don't have faith or confidence in your trade, nothing will happen. So you can move your stop loss to break even, or even better, maybe a bit pips down here for a small profit, very, very small profit. Wait for the price to come back to this area and it will drop. Means that at least it has consumed this zone. So now, where is your confirm? Listen properly. Your confirm take profit area. It should be at this place, right? It should be at the support area. This is your confirm take profit area. Okay, so either you want to have partial over here and then take the rest over here, or maybe this is what I usually do. All right, I share some secret with you guys. If I enter a trade using one lot, okay, example one lot, I will wait for my trade. This is how I do it. I will wait for my trade because I know there is a supply over here. And if this supply does not work, I have my break even. Okay, I'm gonna take the risk. Then I will have my profit over here. But listen. I will only take 90% of my profit. Okay, then I will leave another 10%, right? Where I will shift my break even from just now here towards this area, because you can see that this is another fresh supply zone. Correct me if I'm wrong. Another fresh supply zone. So what happened is that I have moved it to actually some profit. Then what happens is that, of course, in the first place, I asked you not to dream of going down. I'm not dreaming. I'm just testing the market, right? With 10% of my lot size. So I already took 90%. It's very safe in my pocket, which if I enter this trade, I will be very, very happy because the risk reward ratio is 1 to 16, or maybe I'll put it lesser, right? 1 to 14, okay? So the rest remaining, I will just put it, just leave it there, break even, and I will just move it according to the next fresh supply zone all the way until it reach this area, right? Why I'm doing this? This is to test my skill, right? Even though there's looks like not much gap, right? But I just want to test my skill whether am I doing things correctly or not, right? So basically, this is how I do things. All right. It's not an advice, it's just a sharing to you guys. All right. So that's all for today. So if you guys like the things that I do for you, please do give me a like and subscribe to the channel. All right. Please do subscribe to the channel. That's all for today. So see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.